I didn't say inferior. I said they're right there. They're close. The one thing that bothers me, and it bothers everybody I talk to, is you don't know. There's always outliers, but there's never been in the history of the draft, and I'm going back 45 years for me, a quarterback 5'10 to 5'11, about 185 to 190, going this high in the draft and expecting him to be a franchise quarterback. I hope Bryce Young will be, but he doesn't have the howitzer for an arm. He doesn't have the 4.5 speed, and he's undersized, okay? I don't care about the height. I care about the weight. Holding up and withstanding punishment and staying healthy and durable and being able to finish seasons for Bryce Young will be the issue. I'm still going to the Colts at 4. It's not like I've been in the 4th round, but in terms of the number one quarterback for me, the guy that looks the part and played like a big timer when he got some help was Will Levis from Kentucky.
Man, listen, I don't. Mel Kiper gonna be Mel Kiper, man. I give him his respect for, I guess, what he done for the game, far as
well, it gives us
talking.
fodder to talk about, I know, but still, how can you not say that Bryce doesn't
what
have a
has he
howitzer
done for the game? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what have he done for the
What has he
game.
done? All he do is talk about the people in the game. But far as for the game, he ain't done nothing for the game. He's been around all these years to talk about football, which is cool. Right? Like you said, to give people something to talk about, but what has he done for the game?
You're right about that. In the words of old man, I'm with you when you're right. It's crazy, man, how people can say that Bryce ain't got an arm or he might not last a whole season. And what he been doing, man? Like, I feel like they put so much on a Bama player, and maybe I'm being biased as far as, going in and, having to change this program right now.
Go ahead and admit it. You are biased. We are biased.
Yeah, maybe I'm biased. I guess I am biased. But they make it seem like, hey, this man went through all these injuries and all this different stuff, or, he ain't been able to get on the field, like he ain't won games, like he haven't put Bama in the best situations, like he ain't, came back in games, like he haven't took on hits, like he haven't scrambled for yards, like he haven't thrown touchdowns, like he haven't broke records at Alabama, like he haven't won the Heisman at Alabama. And I know all that doesn't count when you get to the NFL, but his body of work right now,
he's got a pedigree.
He got the best pedigree that's on that. It's in his draft.
I was just going to say that, because how can you like, people get so caught up in intangibles and all this mess, like the 4.5 or a 4.7.
Yeah.
Bro, you know the difference between a 4.5 and a 4.7 is a couple damn inches. And they get so caught up on speed. Like, people don't realize, it's hella cats faster than me in the league, but that don't mean nothing when it comes to angles and knowing angles and all that stuff like that. So, like, I get angry when I hear stuff like that. Oh, yeah, he runs a 4.3, he runs a 4.5, or he's fast. Man, that don't mean nothing. He can't run through nobody running sideways. So I get tired of hearing these analysts get caught up on their speed, because it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. If that's the case, Doug Flutie, he had a good career in the NFL, didn't he? And he was average as bricks, supposedly, they say.
Yeah, that's what they said.
That's what they said. He had a good career. They said the same thing about Drew Brees.
Yeah. Think about Tom Brady. People talking about speed. Shoot, Tom Brady might win a 6.
Look at man, why do I keep forehead? What's his name?
Peyton Manning.
Thank you.
You already said, man, talk about forehead. Man, listen, y'all crazy, man. Yeah, man, don't be talking about Peyton Manning.
You knew what I was talking about. That's all I had to say.
Man, listen. Chris crazy, man.
It is. They love saying these guys can't play, man. That don't mean nothing. They said Tebow couldn't play, but he still played the beat.
Yeah. They would have left Tebow alone. I believe Tebow would still be in the NFL right now.
I think so.
Exactly.
They let Tebow be Tebow in Denver like they did his first year. Was it first and second year? Well, he took them guys to the playoffs, and then they screwed him over. They bought Peyton. That was his first year. He took them guys to the playoffs, won the game, put Pittsburgh out. It's in overtime. Put Pittsburgh out. They brought in Peyton Manning the next year. Took Tebow. They let Tebow go and all this other stuff. But it was just like, come on, man. Like, it's hard. Like, people don't realize how hard it is to get to the playoffs in any sport. Like, when you talking about a professional sport, it is hard to get to the playoffs. It's a lot of guys that has had great careers but haven't been to the playoffs. And it's definitely hard to get to a Super Bowl. Like, it's hard to do that. I think
12 years, I believe, and didn't even get in.
Yeah. Man, I can remember playing in Cleveland my rookie year, man. We beat Pittsburgh. And it was guys crying at the end of the game. I'm like, bro, like, what's going on? He was like, man, we ain't beat them since I played here. And this guy was like in year 7. He was like, bro, he was just thanking me and hugging my neck. And he was a vet. I mean, one of the best veterans that I know in the league. And you know, that has done a great job, man. But it was just like, man, like you get a sense of, you know, you earning everything you got, and cause you got guys like Tequila Spikes. And I'm trying to remember, has Tequila been to the playoffs?
No, he hasn't. He didn't even go.
Like, and he had a 15 year career. 15.
Hell of a career.
Yeah,
and I'm talking about, and was at the top of the top like his whole career, from high school on up. It's only been guys like, and it's hard to be, you know, to keep that name and, you know, to stay on that I'm that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's only been like a LeBron James. I seen Julio do it, and I seen Tequila Spikes do it. Other than them three, it's hard from that name that long to stay that consistent. It's very hard. Like, Jordan didn't have the name going in. You know, Jordan was good, you know, going to college, but Jordan didn't even make his high school team his first 2 years or something like that.
Yeah.
But LeBron been LeBron since middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody know about him. Am I lying, Chris?
No, but I credit too, you know, it's because of guys like Jordan. The reason to like, you know, we on LeBron like that, you know what I mean? That, you know, to know, like, you know, it was guys out there like that. But yeah, man, Bron's had that spot on him, man. That target on his back, like you say, since middle school almost.
Yeah. It's hard to say that consistent, man. Like, to be that consistent.
It is.
I mean, that's even with yeah. Like, even with what Bryce got to go through now. Like, everybody knew about Bryce. So even with Tua, like, you know, people talking about Tua in high school, and he's had a okay, you know, NFL career, and it's been to the best of his ability because, you know, he's been injured. But to stay that consistent, man, it's tough. Like, I mean, you can't go outside the lines. Like, you got to trace inside the lines.
Right.
I find it crazy how people, you know, with the success of both of them, how people right now are trying to compare, you know what I mean, and say Bama, you know, did Jalen wrong because of how they pro NFL careers. I'm like, you know, well, Tua could have been the better college quarterback, but, you know, as both careers progressed, you know, Jalen turned out to be the better pro, primarily, like you said, because of health issues with Tua. We probably won't ever know how good he really could be at the NFL, you know what I mean? But, you know, it just on how both guys, you know, on where you go, you know what I mean, and what system you get in and what kind of line you got, you know what I'm saying? But I just find it crazy how people try to, you know, discredit Jalen. And he'll tell people, just like he answered in the interview I seen the other night, people will try to dismiss the fact that he went to Bama and say he's an Oklahoma graduate. But no, he graduated from the University of Alabama. And then he transferred to Oklahoma. But he'll tell people in the interview quick, you know, well, I went to Alabama too. You know what I mean? Because he know that's where he got his roots at. That's where he learned a lot from Bama. He learned a lot from Saban. You know what I mean? And I just find it crazy how people try to, you know, compare their careers.
But it's crazy
or say
Bama did it wrong.
You know,
but it was just a competition thing. Coach made a decision at that time. Like some coaches
he was the better quarterback at that time. And definitely the better passer at that time. Jalen wasn't doing what he's doing now when he was at Bama. You know what I mean? Right. Like, as far as reading coverages, making plays, he was always been a runner, but he wasn't the kind of passer that Tua was. At that point in time in both of their young careers, in my opinion.
Yeah, and when you look at it, man, like, go on here, Rick.
No, and I just say sometimes as a coach, you got to make that difficult decision, man.
Yeah.
And that's how it went. But then everything came back around for him.
Yeah, it did.
He did. The following year, and he won the game for it, man. That man didn't shout. He didn't cry. He didn't run like most of these soft ass kids would do now. Like, he stood tall, and look how he's still getting blessed, man, for just sitting there waiting his turn.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take Jalen away from Bama, if he don't go to Bama, he goes straight to Oklahoma or Texas, wherever.
He don't have
He don't have any national championships. He don't
that's
have
true story.
the career that he done had either, or he don't have a pedigree. Like, and man,
I don't know, man, because Lincoln Riley is a hell of a quarterback.
Man, listen. So you telling me? You telling me?
I don't know.
You telling me?
Here we go. I knew it was going to start.
You telling me?
Man. Lincoln Riley,
any
he
defense,
can coach quarterbacks, man.
You telling me any defense that you done played with?
2 Heisman winners under his belt.
What that's supposed to mean? But do any one of them Heisman winners have a national championship?
I get the championship aspect, but I'm talking about developing as a quarterback.
I'm talking about a championship.
I don't know. I get the championship aspect. They wouldn't win the championship. But I'm saying as far as him developing, becoming a better passer, and reading coverage and understanding certain things. Like Lincoln Riley, he does good at that. Look what he done. He got 3 Heisman winners now. Caleb Williams at USC.
I think Jalen needed that process, bro. Like, he needed that. He couldn't go without Lane, and he couldn't go without Lincoln. Like, he needed that to be Jalen that he is now.
Okay, I give you that, but I was just saying as far as passing.
No, I'm talking about even with passing, even with Lane. Like, it was certain stuff that he did with Lane that he wasn't doing with Oklahoma. You get what I'm saying? Like, he needed that.
I forgot Lane stayed another year after me.
Yeah. Like he did some stuff with him that he wasn't, that he needed to do. Like, he needed that process. That's just like me. I wouldn't change my coaching staff for nothing at Bama, like, at all. And I needed every bit of that as far as that Burton Burns. And even when Cedric Urban was there, he was helping us as the assistant. I needed him there to help me through my freshman year. Now, by my sophomore year, he was gone, and I got past that mark to where I needed that. You get what I'm saying? I needed something else. I needed to get to the next level. And so I think that when it comes down to it, like, he needed that process.
Yeah, he did, but I'm just saying, me knowing Jalen and the person he is, he was going to persevere regardless. I'm not. Yeah, that's all I was saying. Cause, I said Lincoln Riley does a good job with quarterbacks. I don't know about everything else, but he always got him a quarterback that's up for the Heisman or about to win the Heisman. And you saw what he did with him that one year at Oklahoma. Almost won the Heisman.
Yeah.
I think he just got to build on top of what he learned at Bama.
Oh, yeah, of course. You got to.
Yeah, the tougher side of it.
Yeah, you can't discredit Lincoln for what he's done with Jalen, man, and what he's done. It's about that work. But
I ain't gonna discredit now with Lane. Hey, Lane, that's my guy. I go pick them picker peas with my guy every day.
You picking them picker peas with Lane, huh?
Yeah, boy, Lane, my guy now. Hey, me never sat down and had a conversation with Lane Kiffin, boy. Y'all missing out in life.
Listen, man. Listen.
Man, what if we could ever get Lane on, man?
Listen, man. I done had some conversation with Lane. Yeah, we can get Lane on here. Lane. Lane did the whoop when he came after me when he got the job in Tennessee, and he was there for a year. So Lane cousin, I ain't gonna say cousin. Lance went over there with Lane, and Lance was recruiting me. Lance Thompson was recruiting me. And so they were scared. Yeah, they were scared I was gonna go over to Tennessee. Bama did not want me to take that trip to Tennessee. And bro, it was a dog fight. Like, they was going at it. Like, cause Lane. I mean, everybody talk about the recruiting Guru, but Lance Thompson, oh man,
Oh, he can recruit though.
man, a dog.
Really?
Oh yeah.
But
He brung in the
I ain't seen no-
Julios. He brung in the Julios. He brung in me. He brung in the, he brung in the BJ Scotts and the DJ Flukers and all them guys. I can remember, bro, being on a recruiting visit, right? And it was the Kentucky game. It was a Kentucky game or the Auburn game. I think it was the Auburn game. And somebody said something to DJ, and DJ is really a big teddy. Y'all probably ain't see DJ when he was a teddy bear, but DJ was a big teddy bear. And somebody said something to him. I don't know. It was something real nasty as far as, how smart he was, and he was gonna never play there. And I could see Lance get up out of his chair. He was going at the players, and it wasn't. And this is at halftime. And I can remember my mama hugging on DJ and just letting him know he's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even a player. But he, his trainer thought like, hey, y'all need to show these, young fellas some respect. These guys are coming in, they're going to replace y'all, and, they're going to come to battle for y'all. And so what he was saying to the players, like, I seen Lance in a different light, like to where, like, man, that's my guy. That's why I want to go to Alabama.
I know him in a different light too.
Yeah, I know him in a different light than that too. So, but
good people.
Yeah, good people, man.
Yeah, he's in Maryland right now with Lockheed.
Yeah, man, that coaching tree just get bigger and bigger with Bama, man. I tell people all the time, the last 15 years, you look back at it, it's been underneath Nick coaching tree.
It's a huge tree, man.
The only one having is the Ohio State guy. Other than that, it's been in Auburn guy.
What's his name? Dave.
It's only been 2 on without Nick, and it might have been the last 17 years.
Was Orgeron with him?
Yeah, he was with him at LSU, right? No, he was with him.
Sure was.
Orgeron was with, what was Orgeron with him? He was with him somewhere. I think he was.
I don't know. I don't remember Orgeron being.
Was he with Nick? That's a good question. I got to pull that up.
Yeah.
I know they had some type of relation, but I know it was some coaches off that staff that was with Nick, off that LSU staff, because I know what was the quarterback assistant coach name? Was it Matt? When y'all was down there, what was his name? Because he was with me in Oakland too. But he was over there the year LSU won the national championship.
Who?
Who?
Who you said it was?
It's Matt something. What is his name? I have to look it up, man. But, man, that coaching tree is crazy. And I think when I say coaching tree, people don't realize I be talking about the OCs and, not just the head coaches and stuff, too.
I mean, there's Kirby, Jimbo, Jeremy Pruitt, Muschamp, D'Antonio, Derek Dooley.
Derek Dooley.
That may be who you may be thinking about LSU.
Oh, Derek Dooley.
McElwain, of course, Kiffin, Bobby Williams, Jason Garrett, Dan Quinn, Mike Malarkey, Adam Gacy. Is that Gase or Gacy? He was with LSU. Shermer, Applewhite, Cristobal, Mike Loxley, Billy Napier, Jeff Collins, Kirk Signetti, Kevin Steele, Michael Haywood, Josh McDaniels, Daboll, Mel Tucker, Butch Jones, and Sarkisian.
But that's just the head coaches.
Well, that's just head coaches.
Yeah, that's just the head coaches. Yeah. That's crazy right now, y'all. That's how many head coaches this man got out there right now. And that's on, a college level? Is that just the college level right now?
Yeah.
Because they ain't even got Judge on there.
I'll have to see if I can pull up another list.
That's crazy, man. Listen, I know we got to take a break, man. We're going to...
man, we 1 hour down already,
we 1
man.
hour
It's
down
blown
already,
by.
man. We're going to get to this Bama basketball because I know they got Mississippi State now. We got Coach Hines on here, man. He gonna chop it up by his boys, man. By this, I don't want to call them boys, man, but by these young fellas down there, man. By this, he is the big alumni.
I can't stand being called a boy.
Yeah, I can't stand either. So I'm gonna say his guys.
Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Coach Hines get into that, man, and the process that they're going through, man, and has it ever been done on that level? And is it a better coach out there other than Coach Oaks right now?
I love what he's doing.
Oh yeah, Oh, yeah.
Love
man.
it.
So, listen, we're going to let Coach Hines ride that thing on out, man, when we get back, man. So, listen, we'll be right back with the Ropes with TR3.
See you on the other side.
All right.
The Ropes with TR3. Two-time national champion, three-time All-American, 2011 SEC Offensive Player of the Year, Heisman finalist, and Alabama's first Doak Walker Award winner with 49 touchdowns and 4,590 yards. Third pick of the 2012 NFL Draft to the Cleveland Browns. Also doing a stint with the Indianapolis Colts. Trent Richardson can do it all under the brightest lights, uniting legends of the game to show you the ropes. Train your body and mind with former Alabama wide receiver, 2009 national champion, Coach Mike McCoy. Develop a championship mentality with two-time national champion, 2015 SEC Player of the Year, Super Bowl winner with the Chiefs, Reggie Ragland. Featuring King of the Stage, comedian legend Jermaine Funny Mane Johnson, and 1992 national champion Antonio Langham. You are your way out. Live from AVX Studios in downtown Birmingham, The Ropes with TR3.
Last week, but last time we played here, we had a good crowd. I'm expecting a great crowd again. It's good for our players. We're able to be home. I had a couple good practices. It was the first time we're playing the team twice, so we're trying to improve on the last time. I don't think we can count on them shooting free throws as poorly as they did the last time, so we're going to be better. I didn't think we were great against them. First time we played them, they're one of the best rebounding teams in the country, and one of the best defensive teams in the country. Our offense has to be better. We're trying to get a little better every game. So, and I think they're playing pretty well. So we've got our hands full now.
Start with Charlie.
Welcome back with the Ropes with TR3. And you do have the one and only Super Bowl winner Reggie Ragland on. And you do have Coach Chris Hines on. And you do have Chris over here on the ones and twos. Before we get into Bama basketball, we pulled up a coaching tree. There was a few guys, head coaches that we left off. And these, y'all, we just talking about head coaches, man. We ain't even.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find everybody else that's associated.
Yeah, the line's so long, man. But go and read all the names that you have.
Let me see let me get back through here. Sorry about that. Let's see. One of them on there was, dang it. Give me a second. I apologize.
Are you good?
I might have to go through another list. But one of them was Garrett.
Yeah.
Garrett that was with Dallas.
Yeah.
Didn't realize he was, worked with
I
with
didn't
Saban.
realize Pat Sherman coached with him.
Yeah.
That's who drafted me. And it'd be so crazy because of connection. Because, I mean, a lot of people don't realize B.A., Bruce Aaron, he coached at Bama.
See, I had no idea.
Yeah, he coached at Bama when Bill Bryant was there.
Okay.
I think he was like the tight end coach or something like that, or the quarterback. He was one of them. But yeah, he coached when he was there.
Wow.
Yeah, that man. Listen, man. Bama go a long way, man.
Shoot,
you ain't with Bama, man. You ain't elsewhere, man. I don't care what you say, man. Well, you went to school, Bama. Come on in. Come on, come on, man. You ain't in line for what?
Man, what is Saban like, man?
Is it really that mean? That'd be the first thing people.
Right.
How many times you done got cussed out?
200 or 300 times. At least.
Do he not smile? Is he human? What? Like I get that so much. I be like, bro, tell you the truth, he didn't coach me, only on special teams. Like he was a defensive coach, so I really Only time I got cussed out when the team got in trouble, and that was because I was a captain. But as far as offense, he let Jim, do his thing over there. And let old McElwain do his thing, man. So I got cussed out by Burns by, a lot of times, Coach Burns and Coach Williams.
Man, but what's crazy though, like people don't realize, like you said with recruiting, all the players you got from Louisiana came from Burton Burns, dog.
Oh yeah.
Burns was going to get everybody out of Louisiana now.
Oh yeah, he was getting everybody from Louisiana. Like shoot.
Hey man, Sal. They don't understand. Sal a beast now.
Oh yeah, Sal a dog. Coach Sinetti a dog, man.
Yes,
Sal's a dog.
That's my Coach Grow. That's my guy too, though.
Bobby Williams. Listen, that was the most scariest feeling, man. I know I done told y'all the story before, but every time I think about Coach Williams, the first thing come to my mind, he was standing over me my freshman year after I got drunk.
Hey!
Get your up. You done let the devil worry about you last night, honey. You got good folks. I know. I recruited your such and such and such. That was my guy, man.
He loves saying that, man. Every time he see me, he said, man, Reggie. Well, I mean, when we first came in here with that nappy ass fro, head look, but now look at you got a low cut, boy. You look like something now, man. I'm proud of you.
Man, he will always tell me. Yeah, he'll always tell me. He'll say, man, 3. One thing about it, man, you either gonna have your Honda Accord, you're gonna go get you a nice BMW. You get that BMW, you gotta put that premium gas in there. You can't put no regular in there. That Honda, you gonna get that regular stuff, man. So what you gonna do with your body? You gonna be regular? You gonna get your BMW over there? Cause look, you got a BMW now. Don't put none of that regular stuff up in there. And they always say, man, it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know. He hit me with that all the time, boy. I remember that time, Reg, I was playing PP. It was my freshman year. He got so many calls on the run, bro. It was rail left something. It was something rail, and he was telling me before I went out the huddle. And so we got towards, you looking at everybody that's coming on a punt, and you got a block, and you trying to figure out who you got to block, and saying all this stuff like you calling a whole different play while this stuff is going on. And if somebody walked down, like everything switched. 2 men, rail, something. Man, I went out there and didn't remember neither word. Man, he stopped practicing. Everybody just laughed at me. He cussed me out from top to bottom. Said, 3, get your ass up out of there. I said, Coach, I just can't do it, man. This ain't my expertise right here, Coach. I don't call plays. Get up out of here, man.
Being the first protector, that junk hard.
Man, what?
You giving the direction of how the punter gonna punt, and then you telling everybody who got what, because you got man side one side and zone side the other side.
That was the hardest thing ever. Like I knew being a quarter, especially in the West Coast system, you got to know everybody's job and say everybody's job in that play. I couldn't play quarterback. I couldn't do it.
Really?
I couldn't even play PP. I couldn't quarterback for one play. Yeah, I'm not smart enough for that. My memory bad now. I can't look. Listen. My mama made my memory bad because she used to call me my brother's name. So
man,
I call my
kids. The same thing.
Man, listen. I call my kids every name except for theirs. They know who I'm talking to though.
My mama did the same thing with me. She loved the same.
Chris, I know your mama did the same thing.
What that?
Call you every name except for yours. Called you all your brothers and sister names except for yours. But you knew who she was talking to.
Oh, you already know. You know exactly who she's talking to.
Oh, man. While we got Coach Hines on here, man, let's get to this Bama football, man. Stuff down there, stuff that Coach Oaks doing down there, man. I mean, to take that program and turn around like that, I think Coach has been there, 2 years now? 2 or 3 years?
3 years, third year.
Three? Third year? Okay.
To have that turn around that fast.
Real.
And I don't even think it was in a bad place, but they just didn't get over that hump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
I think that they found the right guy for the job. And as a college basketball right now, personally, I don't see nobody else better as a coach than Coach Oaks. And I think, with the guys that he got around him, with the players that he's recruiting, bringing in, I don't know right now, can anybody else do it on this level that he's doing it on?
Oh no, definitely not. And my biggest fear, man, is that he did it so big, so fast, man. I just hope nobody else. I hope we can offer him a lifetime contract before somebody else come try to scoop him, man. You know what I mean? Because like I say, with the height that he took this program, and like just the consistency, you know what I mean? Because Bama, it's been almost 20 years since Bama been number 2 in the country. I think it's since 2002. You know? Wow. Yeah, it's been since like 2002. And at the height that he took this program, and the time, I mean, normally, man, it takes 5-6 years for a turnaround like this, man. And he's done it in half that time, 3 years. And each year he's been to the tournament, So you can't argue with that, man. And like I said, I just hope we can lock him in before somebody else come try to lock him in, or he goes to the next level. I don't know if he's interested in the NBA, but sure, I didn't even heard his name mentioned in some NBA jobs. You know what I'm saying? So. But I think he's a great guy, definitely a great hire. I think, also, Avery Johnson is, what started those, recruits, started us getting those, 5-star recruits. And like I said, he already had tapped into it. And then, Nate Oates came along and just, amplified it. So, man, shout out to him. I love what they're doing. B. Miller definitely having a crazy year. And like I said, and the team just feeding off of him. Don't look like none of them really selfish. And I just hope, like I said, I was talking to one of my boys the other day, one of my guys the other day, and I told him, I said, man, I wish the tournament started tomorrow, at the chemistry and the paces they're flowing at right now. You know what I mean? But, but we got like another month and a half before March Madness. I hope and pray everybody stay healthy, man. And we have a great SEC tournament. I think that's going to definitely show more of us, man. I mean, at the rate they've been playing, I just don't know how much better they can get. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they just been flowing and just smoking teams, But like I say, I still feel like we're definitely a tier 1 team. It's a few more teams like that can compete with us. But I feel like I definitely love our chances, and it's definitely higher than it has been, in previous years and prior to Nate. I'm looking at a Final Four, national championship aspirations, man. Yeah,
man, and what's good, because even switching up from last year, right? I can remember at one time it would be 5 guys at the 3-point line. And for me, I'm more old school. Like, we need some bigs down there to to get boards and stuff. Mm-hmm. And everybody was just shooting threes, and nobody, I guess they didn't need to get the rebound, but when it came down to when nobody was on, we needed guys to get the rebound, and we wasn't able to do that last year. And I think this year he got some, he got some size down there. And he got guys that's, in the paint too. So, and they're snatching boards. I mean, I think it was one night, I don't know, was it Noah or Brandon, they had like 20 rebounds. And it was just like, okay, these young fellas, they're grabbing boards, man. And so when you got guys like that, and that can make it the second chance, the second effort, to put the ball back up, you definitely got to win a program, because you got somebody that can shoot it, you got somebody that can grab boards, you got somebody that can handle the rock, you got somebody that can control the game. I just think that this year, if it's a year,
it might be our year, huh?
Yeah.
But I agree, man. And like I said, we're supposed to be getting a 1 seed. Hopefully, other cats get a 1 seed. That I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It ain't but 2 teams out there that really scare me. I ain't gonna say scare me, but I just know, like, we had to see them in the tournament. Like, I'll be biting my nails. You know what I mean? And because it's a couple teams out there, and I'm gonna tell you, it's some sneaky good teams out there that's not gonna be a 1 seed. They got these little 16-3 records, and they're pretty good too. You know what I mean? But and you know how that is with that 3 ball. We shoot that 3 ball a lot. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you have one off game with that 3 ball, and whoosh. You know what I'm saying? So I just really hope, like, you know what I'm saying, we can hit that. Like, the way we rolling now, we smoking teams. I just really hope that we can just keep that up for the first few games in that tournament, man. And so if we do have one game where we may struggle, but we can still win it, you know what I'm saying? It won't set in too early in the tournament. You know, so but yeah, man. But I definitely love our chances, man. I like our team. Like I said, we got some big, but you know, I ain't gonna tell you no story. Now, it's some other things I know with some big. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But I love our chances though, man. And like I said, I definitely love what Nate Oates, you know, has been able to do, you know, coaching wise, and showing me the blueprint. You know, as a young JUCO college coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he's showing me the blueprint. He's showing me a formula that, you know, I never really thought about it like that. You know, with the 33 point, he want to get up at least 33 pointers a game. And hey, if you shoot anywhere from 40, 45%, you know, that's half of your 3-pointers. You know what I'm saying? That's 13, 14 of them, 15 of them. And you hit more than that, you definitely gonna have a winnable game. So, you know, I like that formula. And these young cats like it too.
I love that too.
Yeah, these young folks like that formula too. So I'm definitely for it, man. I'm definitely for it.
He's also
definitely showing me another route
too, though. So, like, he don't like mid-range jumpers.
Nah, he don't believe in them.
But that's why, like, John Petty was good, but John Petty, the best thing about John Petty was his mid-range game, man. His pull-up. I've been watching John since I've been on John since he was like in the 4th, 5th grade, you know. So, and, like, that's his game, that mid-range. But he can always shoot the 3. But if he could have implemented that mid-range too with Nate Oates, man, he would have done a whole lot better down there at Bama.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, if the coach don't want you shooting, then you got to do what the coach wants.
Yeah, that's true now. That's a true story. True story.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That 3-ball will make you or break you now. Shoot, you mess around, have an off game, and the other team pounding it in. Good luck, you know what I'm saying? Good luck.
Yeah. And see, I think this year, man, is the year that, you know, they do got guys grabbing boards too. You know, they got big guys, but like you said, there is some teams out there that got some real big guys.
Man, did you see the guy from Purdue?
Yeah, man. That young fella from Purdue, man. Listen, a dog within itself, man. Listen, we gonna, cause I got mixed feelings about Purdue, cause I guess I am biased. I feel like we should be number one. We're not
I definitely feel like we should
off.
be number one. I definitely feel like we should be number one.
Yeah, and it might be a good thing that we are not number one right now.
That's it. That's true.
But listen, when we get back, we're going to talk about that. Listen, we got to take a break. We got to pay some bills, and we'll be right back with the Ropes with TR3.
R3. Pay some bills, baby.
Home. Cabco Builders has been building manufactured homes for the past 20 years. And if you're in the state of Alabama, go by and see one of the local retailers today. Local retailers are J&J Homes in Coleman, Repo Land in Albertville, Oxford Housing in Oxford, Freedom Homes in Jasper, Miller Homes in Opelika, Discount Home Sales in Enterprise, Spartan and Summerdale, Daystar in Sylacauga, and Clanton. And always remember, Cabco Builders, where quality comes first. Hey, and if you're definitely wanting to purchase that new home, Cabco Builders with that manufactured home, I know a guy that can help find you land. My good buddy, Mr. Randy Brooks with Avast Realty. You call him, 205-965-6645. He'll get you hooked up with some land. You can get hooked up with Cabco Builders. Back to you, Trent.
Man, I'm sitting here looking at this list of all this greatness that Bama doing right now, man, with the whole recruiting process, you know, as far as basketball, baseball, we already ranked in the top 25.
Man, it's like 6-7 different sports ranked in like the top 8 or something like that.
Yeah, you know, gymnastics is going to be the gymnastics program.
Yeah.
Girls basketball is not doing bad either. But you know, man, it's if I'm a young recruit, if I'm a young athlete, I'm looking at all this like
no brainer.
It's never gonna be a dull moment at Alabama.
Yeah, what I'm saying, always gonna be something to do. And you're gonna be looking at the best of the best, which in turn gonna lead your future leaders and like future business people for tomorrow.
Yeah. Why would you go anywhere else? You know, and I get it. We got some coaches out here doing great things, and everybody. We got Coach Prime out there in Colorado.
Oh yeah, that's huge. That's major.
Yeah, that's huge. But
hey, wait, you saw where he signed the top corner. You got to have the top 2 corners in the game next year.
Oh yeah. He done signed the top number 1 corner for 2 years in a row now. So
that's tough.
Man, he doing a lot, man.
He coming.
Yeah, he coming. He coming. And words of Reggie. Reggie. Already know Reggie. What he doing, Reggie?
We coming.
But listen, if I'm an athlete and I'm a recruit, bro, like, how can you get away from Alabama right now? Like, in any sport?
Unless they throwing that bag at you.
Yeah.
Hey, but look, I always tell recruits in that physical sense though, if you take the bag now, you might be sacrificing an even bigger bag later. You know what I mean? Because of course, if a school got to pay you right now, they must not be where they at or competing with somebody that don't have to pay that's gonna offer you opportunity, to go get a real bag. So if you take that bag now, you might be sacrificing a bigger bag later. And if you don't take that bag now, you go somewhere that you feel like is gonna be for you. You put yourself in a position to make your bag later, you know what I mean, and be the right way, you know what I'm saying? But some of these cats be in these situations, man, and shoot, they see that little money that they put out there, and shoot, it's up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's the only way I can see you, turning down a UA scholarship right now. That's just about it in the sport.
Hey. Okay, so I got to talk about this. So it's a conspiracy theory going around.
Oh, I know what I was just about to say something about it. I know what you were going to say.
Bruh. They said DeMar isn't alive. They said they took some of his genetics and cloned another person. I'm trying to say because he didn't show his face at the game.
I was just going to say that. Why didn't get inside the box with him? Why they had to throw it up through all that snow? All I can see was the man. You know what I mean? It could have been anybody.
But it's cold as hell up there. I'm doing the same thing.
Yep. I'm like, man, what's up? I said, that's kind of sketchy. I wouldn't have showed him at all before I showed him just doing that.
I'll go more on top of that conspiracy.
I didn't physically been on FaceTime with this man. The man just low key right now.
So that's why he has all the security.
And it wasn't even about all the security.
Yeah, it ain't even security. That's players who not playing. That ain't security. Those ones are injured too. So
but I saw guys like in black jackets that actually had security on the back.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
That might be around the facility.
Around the facility.
How it is down there.
Okay. All right. Cool.
As soon as you walk into that stadium, the gate and security is right there, right beside the locker room.
Yeah, you walk in the Bama stadium, they got security everywhere.
Okay.
That Bill Mafia ain't gonna be playing with.
But then also when you go up to the box, the way he went, because I played in Buffalo, and I was hurt too. So when you go up the elevator, you got to walk through kind of like the crowd and the people to get to that box. So why would he not have security with him to get to that box, knowing what just happened and people are trying to bum rush him and get all in his face and stuff? So why would he not have security?
The fact that people just say that this man. Yeah, the fact that people can. We done seen him in on FaceTime. Reggie, you done talked to him personally. Reggie, you told him he outside. He back outside. He living.
Right, man. He in good spirits, man. He enjoying his life. You got to realize this man just had a traumatic event a couple weeks ago, and the whole fucking world is trying to find him. He wants some privacy. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
You got to bleep that out.
You
gotta bleep that out. I'm sorry. I'll pay the fine. But my thing is, the man want privacy. He don't want y'all to. He good, man. The man that said what he said. He good. Stop worrying about the man. Worry about yourself and what you got at home.
That's
true.
People
got to realize too, man. When you done been around sports your whole life, right? And I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Much as we try to be normal, we try to get away from that stuff much as we can.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Because you telling me to go watch ESPN, but you telling me to go watch my job. You get what I'm saying? Like you tell now. Let me go tell you to go watch some real estate stuff that you do at work, Chris. You get what I'm saying?
I do. I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing.
You're
I know
not watching it on the playback.
No, I know, and you're not watching on
and
playback.
watching it all day.
Hey,
Sure.
Just shut up and dribble. That's what they tell us.
Exactly. They just tell us to shut up and dribble. But it's like, bro, we're human. We're normal people. And so when we've been doing something our whole life, I mean, that's even like with me. Like I just started watching Sports Center again because I am into radio more than ever now.
Yeah.
Like I just started watching, sports like that. Like before, I would just watch Bama and really just Bama, like Bama sports. Like other than that, like I really wasn't watching sports like that. I watch, a couple of highlights on YouTube and my kids watching it. But other than that, like I really wasn't watching sports like that. Until I started getting back into the radio business. And so when you think about it, man, it's like we have been. I've been playing football since I was 5 to 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm 30 something. I'm 30 plus right now. So it's just like, man, listen.
You're still young, buck.
Whatever. But in football years, dog years,
they catch up with you.
Listen, listen. I'm old out here, so it's like, man, we try to get away from. Man, I guarantee you, when Brian get away from the game, when he finally get to take a break, he's going to take a break. Only association he will have with the sport is his son. Is his sons? I'm telling you.
And his son was just a McDonald's All-American.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
So it was.
I think. Am I saying this wrong? I think Peyton Manning took a year off before he started doing his own show because they were talking about him doing the broadcasting stuff. Peyton Manning took a year off from sports. It just take a lot out of us, man. Like
you just got to decompress.
Yeah, we never at home. We never get to be with our families. We never, like I tell people all the time, like, 'cause I done had some offers to go back into the league or just go back and play sports, and it had to be the right situation for me and my kids, my family. I would tell folks all the time, like, man, listen, I never been to a daddy's daughter dance. Like, I never got to see my daughter's cheerleading on Saturdays. I never got to go to the gymnastic meets and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So when we can get a chance to get away from that, like, or even
cherish
doing
it.
school events with them, like, it's stuff that I want to do that I said I want to do that I never got to do, as a father, as a parent, just to be the regular, person, just to be human.
Yeah.
There's certain stuff that I want to do. Like, I want to go meet the teacher. I want to go, but it's stuff like that, at that age, like I didn't get to do. And that's a big part of life. That's a lot of years taken off.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's tough, man. So when we get a chance to get away from it, bro, we trying to get away from it.
Understood.
And so and going back to
especially
Lamar,
after a game,
yeah,
like people don't realize the adrenaline rush from playing the game, and then you got you feeling like people, like you on the field and you feel the energy of 60,000 plus people
Mm-hmm.
in a stadium on the field. Like people don't understand. Like after you done playing, like you have to just sit and just decompose. Like when I get done playing, I don't want to talk to nobody.
And you got media in your face
chill.
trying to get,
Like it be your family after the game want to talk to you. That's what it be. Trent, no. Yeah.
Nah,
Hey
listen,
man, I see you. Yeah, we'll talk.
man, you
about
should have did this, and you should have. Well, you should be on that football field if you know what I should have did. Or they should have played this, or they should have ran this play.
oh man, how
you
I've
should
said
have
that
shot this
myself.
shot up. This man, listen. All right, well, when y'all go shoot this three, when y'all go make a pass, when y'all go block somebody, y'all let me know. 'Cause until then, don't say nothing to me. But listen, man, we gotta take a break, man.
It was coach's order.
Oh yeah, it was coach's order, man. Listen. Smitty bumping the music, man. Chris over here giving me the hands to break it.
Was not only
taking a
that,
break.
but on the other, when we come back, y'all talk. Coach Hines mentioned something about Dion and the big bag. That's what I was pointing at you earlier. I'm gonna bring something up after we come back.
Okay, listen, we'll be right back with the Ropes with TR3.
There's a beautiful sunset burning up the atmosphere. There's music and dancing and lovers romancing the salty evening air on some beach.
Leave me alone. How did you get mentally and emotionally so strong where it doesn't bother you?
Well, you got to look at the reality of the situation. Like for me, it's not, you kind of got to get over yourself. Like, it's not about you, man. Like, oh, okay, you feel embarrassed. You're not that important. Like, get over yourself.
That's where you go.
Get over yourself, right? Like you're worried about how people may perceive you, and like you're walking around and it's embarrassing because you shot 5 air balls. Get over yourself, right? And then after that, it's okay, well, why did those air balls happen? Got it. High school, year before, we played 35 games, max, right? Week in between, spaced out, plenty of time to rest. In the NBA, it's back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I didn't have the legs. So you look at the shot, every shot was online. Every shot was online, but every shot was short. Right? I got to get stronger. I got to train differently. The weight training program that I'm doing, I got to tailor it for an 82-game season so that when the playoffs come around, my legs are stronger and that ball gets there. So I look at it with rationale. Say, okay, well, the reason why I shot air balls is because my legs aren't there. I go, well, next year they'll be there.
Words from the great Kobe, man. Walking back with the Ropes with TR3, man. Listen, before we jump into it, man, y'all go by Eggers Bakery and go get y'all one of them strawberry cakes.
Whew.
Go get you one of them. It's Mardi Gras time coming up, man. Go get you
Get a
one of
king
them
cake.
One of them king cakes, man.
With the little baby in it.
I guess I don't know. I don't know nothing about no little baby. Y'all keep saying something about a little baby that's in the king cake.
Nah, real king cake gonna have the baby on it.
Man, I don't know about all that. I guess I ain't get the right king cake. 'Cause I guess I was just going to Walmart to get mine. I got the leftovers. I ain't get the one that had the little baby in it. But listen, man, y'all stop by there, man. Listen, y'all go down there, y'all do y'all thing, and y'all bring me a cupcake back, strawberry, please. They got all type of cakes. They got pound cake, man. They got some real good chicken salad down there.
Interesting.
They got a real good chicken salad sub and chicken salad wrap, and they got the fruit to go in it. They got your grapes and strawberries and stuff like that, man. Y'all go get y'all some of that Eggers, man.
Making me want to stop by there as we get out of here.
Man, look at these M&M cookies they showing online, man. They wrong for this. Smitty, you wrong for this, man. I've been doing good, man. I've been, on my, I ain't gonna say diet. I've been on a nice run lately. But man, going on back to what you were saying, man, and that was some great words by Kobe too, man. People, if y'all, in this world, y'all know who the great Kobe, late Kobe Bryant is, man, and what he's done for the world of sports, what he's done for everybody when it comes to, loving basketball, just loving the person he is on and off the court. You got to respect everything he say.
Yes, definitely.
I was so impressed by Kobe, the way he spoke different languages. I went over to Mexico. Man, listen, I couldn't learn nothing, like far as, you be over there so long, you think you're picking up on something. Man, I got a few words. Other than that, it's
Un poquito, like very little.
Listen, my stuff like that. But other than that, I can't do it. But he got a lot of respect for me on that. If it ain't sign, I know sign language. I knew.
Okay.
I took that in high school. I had to. That was my foreign language. I didn't take Latin and
Kobe grew up in Italy though, because his dad is Joe Bean.
Yeah. He grew up in
Italy. He's been doing that for a while.
Yeah. But he spoke what, 5 different languages, I think?
That's
3?
impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, you take him over there to Japan, he was speaking that language too over there.
Really?
Chinese,
So Japanese?
Japanese, Japanese, Chinese, all of it. He was speaking all that. What is what's my guy from Dallas, the basketball player?
Luka.
Luka.
What is Luka?
Where's he from?
Because whatever it is, wherever he's from.
Is he from? Where's Luka? Is he from Romania? Slovenia.
I don't know what language that is. He was speaking to Luka right before he passed. He was behind him at the game, him and his daughter. He was speaking, and Luka was like, "Who is this speaking my language behind me?" And it was Kobe. And he showed him love, man. And I said, you got to get all the respect to Kobe, man. The stuff that he did was unbelievable.
He's
on and
Slovenian.
off the court. He won an Emmy on his movie. I think it was a short film that he wrote. He won an Emmy on that.
Wow.
Just the process of Kobe, bro, is just like, to this day, I still can't believe it. Like, everybody can remember what it was. Between him and Michael Jackson, I know I can remember where I was when Michael Jackson passed. I know I can remember where I was when Kobe passed. But that was like, when Kobe passed, it was like, oh, that's like one of my cousins. Like, that was my guy. And I met him a couple of times, but it was just like, man, like, how? Like for a while, I was still waiting for him to just pop up like, hey, I'm here. Like, why y'all ain't come find me? Like, you know, what's taking y'all so long?
I saw a special on the investigation on how that accident happened. It was, I'll just go ahead and say it was determined it was pilot error.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because I know a lot of people are trying to say that, you know, maybe it was Kobe trying to rush the guy to get here, you know, make it, or, you know, that forced him to fly. No, it was all the pilot.
Yeah, I think that was the first time I actually seen the world just stop.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, and I think the world mourned for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
With that. Am I saying that right, guys?
Mourned?
I'm just talking about with his loss. Well, man, I know you had something to say about the bag before
I know you're talking about, you know, Dion and, you know, having to get a big old bag to get a lot of these guys because, I mean, that rolls right into NIL. And so when y'all were talking about that, it just spurred something in me that remembered. So you guys, Jaden Rashada, you guys heard of him?
The recruit from Miami.
So he was,
California.
I believe he was being recruited by Miami. The Gator Collective got together and offered him a $13 million NIL deal to come to Florida.
Y'all listen to this story now.
$13 million, guys. I mean, I know there's big deals going on, but to offer an untested kid $13 million to come to your program.
Yeah.
Well, everything broke down. The collective, you had all the boosters, several boosters in here. The collective didn't have the money. Boosters refused to pay, and so they had to basically, Rashada was like, look, he signed the letter of intent. They released him from his letter of intent. Now he's back in California. It's only going to get crazier from here. I mean, offering a kid $13 million.
Yeah, because he was committed to Miami first. Committed to Miami first, and then he decommitted from there and moved to Florida because of the bag.
Yeah.
What would what would y'all do? And so with that, like now, and I think he's trying to go back to Miami, but I don't know if Miami would accept him back.
Right.
You know, with that process. So that's just like I tell people, the transfer portal. Like that transfer portal is 40% on it. 40% of them only getting signed. The other 60% is not getting signed. And so, you know, we look at the stories like the Joe Barrows and, you know, the
Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, we look at those type of stories, but we don't look at the stories that these other guys that's jumping in this portal. Last year was 29,000 players, athletes in the transfer portal last year. And I think that's just football. I don't even think that was basketball.
Yeah.
It was 29,000 players in the transfer portal. And so you got to think about that, right? So now those guys don't have scholarships. Like those guys ain't got nowhere else to go.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, when it came to Dion with the JSU thing, that was my big thing about it. Because you have had guys transfer down here to JSU. And you got guys that, you know, want to transfer now that's not going to have the same opportunity as everybody else as your son.
Yep.
And that's why coaches looked in the transfer portal, because they know at that point they can't leave. I can actually develop them the way we used to.
Yeah. So that was my big fuss about, okay, I was happy that, you know, Dion, you know, he got a bigger job, you know, I won't say a better job, but a bigger job on a bigger platform.
Yeah.
But as far as those kids, and like he said, and we seen yesterday, we was talking about Ed Reed. It's tough being at the HBCUs, man, you know, and it's not even tough being at the HBCU. It's tough not having the right material of guys, the guys around you that's going through the process too. Your coaches not getting paid. And you telling me that I done gave half of my paycheck to these schools or to this program, and y'all can't even let my coaches get paid, or y'all not, y'all, and now we bringing in money to the school. I mean, because Ed Reed could have went down there and did the same thing, but we already know Prime is Prime. Ed Reed is Ed Reed, and you got to love Ed Reed for what he do and for what he is. But when you talk about that process, like, of the NIL and the transfer portal, everybody don't have that process. Everybody don't have that same role. Because you get some linemen in there, and some of them linemen might not be, what they think they is, or, some of them, and not a lot of linemen is going to get the NIL deals. Like, what lineman do you know, offense or defense, other than Dominic Sue had a good, endorsement deal. What's my guy from Vegas? I mean, from the Rams who just won it last year.
Aaron Donald?
Yeah, Darren Donald. He got some good stuff. Aaron Donald, he got some good stuff. But other than that, like, what big guys do you know got NIL? I mean, well, endorsement deals. It's hard to pull it up. It's hard. But I hope that young kid can get covered, man, because at the end of the day, I think the world, I don't want to say it's brainwashed, but they're on a different planet than what we was growing up. Am I saying the right thing right now, y'all? Chris and Reggie?
What's that?
The guys with the NIL and the transfer portal, man, especially with this young man that we were just talking about. He had $13 million.
I really think, if a school was willing to offer him $13 million, they must seen something in him. And Florida definitely needs a quarterback.
I think they were just wanting to try to make a big splash. And so, Napier and the athletic director, Scott Strickland, are just like, they're just being raked over the coals for this.
And it also could have been the agent trying to make a name, too, saying, hey, look, I can get him this deal. I can get you this deal. I can get you that deal, too. It could have been the agent kind of playing that game.
But and it goes back to what I said, you having to offer a kid that kind of money, you must desperately need him. They really need a quarterback. I think that's one thing that kept him out. They kept him out from competing a lot this year was their quarterback situation. And a lot of teams, all over the country, quarterback is one of the most important positions on the football field. Mm-hmm. And I said, if you got to get that kind of bag, not like Alabama, we ain't offering no kid $13 million. Why? Because we know we can get you to come there. You're going to go in 10X that, 100 times that at the next level, and we can guarantee you that. So for them to have to offer them that kind of money right now, it says a lot about, your program. And I just feel like, is he worth it? Is he good? I saw some film where he is a dual threat quarterback. He does have run pass capabilities. So I feel like in the day, if Florida would offer him $13 million, he'll definitely, be able to bounce back and go to another school. And like I know Trent asked, like, will Miami take him back? Oh, shoot, do Miami need a quarterback? I guarantee if he wants to go back there, they're gonna welcome him with open arms. That's just my opinion because he is a good quarterback. He's a four-star recruit at the court, and he's a quarterback. So I think he'll be able to bounce back from him. But yeah, everybody that goes through that transfer portal and does those kind of things aren't that fortunate. But just for fortunate enough for him, he's a quarterback, and people need a quarterback, on that next level.
But can you really fault the kid, man? Like, you offered me $13 million to help my family out, and you offered it to me, and then all of a sudden now y'all don't want to pay it? Like, that's bad business on their part.
That is true. That's definitely not a good look for Florida. Yeah, that's definitely not a good look for them. That's bad business on your part.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just the amount. It just floored me, the amount of just that amount of money. Of course, then the joke was running around. I was like, hey, he's going to go back, renegotiate with Miami. Go, hey, look, guys, can we do a deal maybe like $7-8 million?
It's free agency market.
Yeah,
man. It's crazy.
It's really turning into a business. The NIL is really gonna make it turn that's just now, and it just started. So 5, 6, 7 years from now, it's gonna be
Shoot,
crazy.
Bama got a whole.
Did
you see the new thing Bama got? They got a whole new business center for the NIL.
Where they're gonna build an NIL collective center. Yeah.
I thought they already built it. They're building it.
It's a partnership with Learfield too.
Yeah, I said it's definitely gonna turn into a business. And these guys gonna be, almost like the NFL, and here in a little while where you offering kids. I mean, I didn't think they should. I just feel like they shouldn't have went that high because these NIL deals up until this one had been $1 million. I think the most I heard was a $1 million deal, and that was for the quarterback position that Bryce Young received. Before coming to Alabama. So I mean, why you had to go so high? You know what I mean? You could have easily said $2.5, $3 million. That still would have been unheard of.
Right.
So 13 million was a bit extreme for me. I was like, that's why I had to look him up when I seen. I had read that story about a week ago. I was like, man, let me see this kid, 13 million. Is he worth it? And I thought he was on a 4-star because he's not even a 5-star. I said, but you know what? Florida does need a quarterback. They definitely need a quarterback because, of course, the guy that this year, he, definitely underachieved, underplay, underperform, for them. So they definitely, was trying to, make a big splash, like you say, make a big splash and, get somebody locked in that they feel like can help them win.
But I mean, of course, in the article too, the article that I got pulled up, is talking about Napers wanting to build camaraderie in the locker room. So, I mean, I can understand, like you just said about, $1 million deal, $2 million deal. What do you think the camaraderie is in that locker room? Like he comes strolling in, is like, man, I got $13 million. It's like,
$13 million,
what?
Yeah. That's going to tear that locker room up. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's like, man, because you're going to have some linemen out there blocking for him. It's going to be like any given Sunday, Willie Beeman out there. You know what I mean? Like, you trying to get those chip and dip commercials. You know what I'm saying? We out here trying to just get, keep our scholarship. You know what I'm saying?
But can they get mad at the QB, or can they only get mad at the coaching staff at that point?
I think you get at that point. I think you get mad at the program.
Just everybody involved.
Yeah, everybody that's involved. Now, I don't think you just get mad at the quarterback because of the sense, like Reggie said, like, can you blame the kid at this point? Because
I definitely can't.
If I know at that age, right, and what I had 2 daughters in high school. You offer me $100,000 at that point in my life. But you offer somebody $13 million, man.
That's extreme. And
I know I was the one who said I was gonna never leave the hood. I got my money, and I was gone.
I was gone. But I also think behind that situation, they had like 2 recruits, 2 nice wide receivers and cornerback or something like that ended up decommitting from there. They decommitted from Florida. I think it was a wide receiver that they had decommitted. Because I bet I don't know the terms or why he did it, but I'm pretty sure he was like, man, y'all offering this cat $13 million. And y'all couldn't give me nothing. And I
so it's just trickling down now. Yeah,
it's trickling down. And they had a big time wide receiver that decommitted from there. I was like, oh, there you go.
Man,
I said that's breaking them that locker room before they can even get them all in there.
See, that goes right back to Saban took some hard hits on when he was talking about NIL last year. Talk about, hey, it's going to change the game. It needs to be put under control. And people, went after him. And this is a proven example right here where Saban was correct.
Yeah.
Man, it ain't too many things that Nick say that's not correct or not on point. Because he said something about playing the players when I was in school. I think I was in school. He was saying something about, because I think it was him, Coach Pat from Tennessee, Miss Pat. It was Coach K. And it was, they did like a whole little table when they had them guys on there. And Nick was saying I would pay players out of my contract, to get these guys some money. Because, I mean, it is hard. You got players that, especially at our time, we couldn't go work. We couldn't do none of that stuff, man. It
because
kept
of
us busy.
NCAA rules.
Because of NCAA rules, because, they would think that somebody was getting money underneath the table, or, it was still an NCAA rule that we couldn't do, just this and that. NCAA was still making $9.8 billion a year off us, which is crazy. He over here laughing. I'm figuring ready to jump on Chris over here, y'all, because he over here laughing. He don't realize these knees.
I feel your pain, Trent. I feel your pain, my bro. I feel your pain.
But yeah, man, like it's crazy because it's like you can't fault the kid.
No.
But going back to that, man, it ain't too many things, Nick, that haven't said, have said and it haven't came to light or it haven't came true. He's talked about the playoff system too, and it ended up coming true. So I don't know, man. I don't know how they're gonna fix it.
Well, they're saying 12 teams is gonna fix it. We'll see what happens.
Oh, you talking about the playoff system? No, I'm talking about the NIL stuff.
Oh,
I don't know how they're gonna fix that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can fix it right now.
No.
But right now, man, it's real deal Holyfield right now, man. It's real loose up in there, man, and they're making sure that these kids getting paid, and I get that. But somebody need to put a hold to this, man, for these kids getting some trouble that they can't get out of as far as financially.
Yeah. I agree with you.
And I know we got a couple more minutes, man. Brian put up 40 points again last night.
But he
I
lost.
just want to let you know, LeBron didn't put up 40 against every team in the NBA.
In the league,
Drop
every
mic.
One
the only person,
and only.
person to ever do that.
One and only. I wish. Who was over here talking that mess? Was it Langham? No, was it Mike?
No, it was
Was it Blake? No, it was Jared.
Jared, yeah.
I wish he was on the He running from the conversation, man. But yeah, he's been the only player, and I think he's 155 points away from breaking the record of the most points ever scored in basketball history. And Brian still look like he got 3 to 4 good years in him right now. That's gonna be blown away.
He gonna play with his kid. Yeah, he said he want to play with his kid, man. That's gonna be special to watch.
I think he's gonna end up playing with both of them, bro. Like people keep sleeping on the youngest boy. I think he's gonna end up playing with both of them. But listen, I know we gotta go, man. Listen,
man, I hate that we didn't get to get with Reggie on his draft experience. We'll cover that tomorrow.
We'll cover that tomorrow. Hey, look, the Inky Boys, y'all know the Inky Boys. I don't know if y'all know the dad from the Inky Boys passed with colon cancer today.
Oh.
The ones that be doing all those little skits and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. He passed, man. He was battling colon cancer. I think it's Randy Garzel. He passed.
Man.
So listen, man. Hearts go out to that family, man. But listen, y'all been listening to the Ropes with TR3. We had another great show. Y'all can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Apple. Y'all can find us on all them different platforms, man. The Ropes with TR3,
you just
YouTube,
made me sad, man.
Bama Insider. I'm sorry to say that, man, but listen, we'll talk about it tomorrow, man. Listen, we'll be right back with tomorrow with the Ropes with TR3.
Thanks, Reggie. Thanks, Coach.
All right. No problem.